Hello students, welcome you all in the lecture series of strength of material. In the last lecture we have started our new topic, that is pure bending or the simple bending. Okay, the pure bending is the case whenever we are having a beam which is subjected to the pure bending moment, and that moment is acting on the plane which is passing through the longitudinal axis of the member. Okay. in this topic we have derived a bending equation. The bending equation is sigma upon y is equal to m upon I is equal to E by R, where sigma is the bending stress at certain location, and that location is given by y. Okay, this axis is neutral fiber, okay, or neutral plane. This is, we can say that this is the neutral plane. Neutral plane are those planes on which we do not have any effect of bending, because due to this action certain members will be, the member in the above to this plane will have compression, and the member below to this plane will have the expansion. So at certain location we will have zero expansion and contraction. Such planes are known as the neutral planes, and the cross section, the intersection line of neutral plane and cross sectional area will give the neutral axis. Okay, will give at, let's say this is the cross sectional area we are taking, and this one is the neutral plane. So this axis, this axis will be the neutral axis. Okay, this is the neutral axis. In cross sectional dimensions, let's say the cross sectional dimension is rectangular. Okay, rectangular, or that can be square, circular, triangular. Let's say this is rectangular. So this neutral axis in the cross sectional view, if we are rotating in the cross sectional view, then this axis will be the neutral axis. Okay. So for at any location, okay, that location will be given by y. We can calculate the value of, let's say we have to calculate the bending stress at this location. So the location will be y. M is the resisting bending moment, which is equal to the applied bending moment. Okay, where divided by I, where I is the moment of inertia about neutral axis. Okay, always we have to take the moment of inertia about this neutral axis. Okay, neutral axis equal to E by R. E the material property of the beam, and R is the radius of curvature of this neutral plane. Okay, radius of curvature of this neutral plane. Okay, now this cross sectional area can be square, can be rectangular, can be triangular, and can be circular. Okay, any cross sectional area we can have. So first of all, today we are analyzing our bending equation. Okay, analyzing means we have from here we can convert this equation into two equation: sigma upon y is equal to m upon I, and sigma upon y is equal to E by R. Okay, so first thing is we have to calculate the moment of inertia. Okay, now first term we are writing sigma upon y is equal to m upon I. Okay, and this sigma upon sigma, we can write m upon I into y, where y is giving the location of that fiber. Now if we want to calculate the maximum bending stress, okay, if we want to calculate the maximum bending stress, then moment of this bending moment will remain same, that I is also same, because we are taking the moment of inertia about neutral axis, and this bending moment, maximum bending moment, can be given by y maximum. Okay. So if we have to calculate the maximum bending moment, then maximum bending moment is given by y maximum. Okay. In the last lecture also we have discussed the variation of bending stress. So the variation of bending stress is like this. Okay. At the neutral fiber we are having 0 bending stress, and at the extreme fiber we are having maximum bending stress. So for this case we are having y maximum. Okay. At certain location we are having y maximum, and corresponding to y maximum we will have sigma maximum. Okay. And again this sigma equal to m upon I by y. Okay. We can write this I by y, and this I by y is known as the section modulus. Okay. I by y is known as the section modulus. Okay. I by y, we can say I by y maximum. I by y maximum, from here we are converting, I by y maximum is known as the section modulus, and this can be also represented by m upon z. Okay. M upon z. Okay. Now how we are going to calculate the moment of inertia about neutral axis? Okay. If we are having the rectangular section, let's say this is the neutral axis, this is b, dimension is given, cross sectional, these are the cross sectional dimension. Okay. And this is the front view of the beam, and this one is the side view. This is the front view and this one is the side view, because on the side view we can observe the cross sectional area. Okay. So these are the cross sectional areas. Okay. So I by y, this is, let's say this one is b, and depth of that beam is given d. Then I, moment of inertia about neutral axis, will be equal to 1 upon 12 b d cube. This one you have studied in engineering mechanics also, how to calculate the moment of inertia. Okay. So this part you have to revise, how to calculate the moment of inertia about any axis. Okay. This one is I by y. From here we can calculate the value of z. Z will be equal to 1 upon 12 b d cube divided by y maximum. Okay. From here the value of y maximum will be equal to d by 2. Okay. So this one divided by d by 2. So this, the value will be equal to b d square divided by 6. Section modulus for rectangular cross section is b d square by 6. In the same manner we can calculate for the triangular section also, we can calculate for the rectangular section also, we can calculate for the circular section also. Okay. We can calculate for the circular section, rectangular section, or any section. Okay. Now if we want to calculate for the circular section, then let's say we are having the circular section. This is the circular cross section. We have to calculate moment of inertia about this neutral axis. Okay. Then I, neutral axis, we know that the value is pi by 64 d to the power 4. Then z, section modulus, will be equal to pi by 64 d to the power 4 divided by the maximum value. Okay. The maximum value from the neutral axis, and that maximum value is d by 2. D, where d is the diameter of the circular section. So the z will be equal to pi by 32 d cube. Okay. By this manner we can calculate the section modulus for any section. Okay. Now if we are having the triangular section, then for the triangular section the dimensions are given. Here is d is the diameter. Okay. D is the diameter. Now for triangular section, this moment of inertia about neutral axis. Now we should know that for rectangular section moment of inertia passes through passes through from the mid of the section. For circular section it is also passing through the mid of the section, but for the rectangular section this neutral axis is passes through the uh, the location is given by let's say height is given by h, b is the base of this one, then this value is h by 3, and from here to here we are having 2h by 3. Okay, so this is the neutral axis, then I moment of inertia about neutral axis, this is the location of neutral axis for triangular section. This INA is b h cube by 36 if we have to calculate moment of inertia about neutral axis, and I base, this all exercise you have done in engineering mechanics, b h cube divided by 12 if we required moment of inertia about base. How we are going to calculate about base? By using parallel axis theorem. Okay, we are having two theorems, one is the parallel axis theorem and second one is the perpendicular axis theorem. By using these two theorems we can calculate moment of inertia about any section. Okay, neutral section, neutral axis, about any axis. If we know about the neutral axis, then we can shift to this point, we can shift to this point by using parallel axis theorem. Then z about neutral axis is equal to b h cube divided by 36 divided by this h value will be equal to the maximum distance is 2h by 3. So, this value will be 2h by 3. Then we will have b h square divided by 3 into 2 into 36 means b h square divided by this will be 12 24. Okay. So, by using this concept we can calculate moment of inertia and section modulus corresponding to any given cross section. Okay. So, you have to revise, before that you have to revise how to calculate the moment of inertia of a particular section. Okay. Now, we are analyzing the bending moment equation, sigma upon y is equal to m upon I. Okay. And now, we can write sigma is equal to m upon I by y, and this I by y we can write z. Okay. The maximum value of bending stress is corresponding to the maximum value of y, corresponding to the maximum value of y. Okay. Now, this one is the complete theoretical part of the simple bending. Okay. Now, we can move to some numerical part. Now, we can see that how the numericals have been asked corresponding to this topic. Okay. Now, the numerical will be like that, numerical will be like that. They can ask that the numerical are very simple, just we have to use our bending equation. Okay, sigma upon y is equal to m upon I equal to E by R. The numerical can be of this type. We are having a beam, of the rectangular cross section. Okay, beam is given and this beam is subjected to rectangular given, square can be given. Okay, and this beam is subjected to a load at its midpoint. Okay, the beam is subjected to a load of let us say W at its midpoint. Okay, and this beam is simply supported, means a simply supported beam subjected to a point load having a rectangular cross section. Okay. Now, we have to calculate the maximum bending stress in this beam. Okay. So, what we are going to do, first thing, this topic is the combination of the SFT BMD. We have to use the concepts of SFT and shear force and bending moment diagram also. Okay, with the help of shear force and bending moment diagram we have to use that concept also. Okay. So, first we have to we have to calculate the maximum value of bending stress. Then the length is given, length of the beam is given, means all the questions will be like that. Length of the beam is given, this is B, let's say the depth is given D, width is given B, length is given, this one is given, support A, support B. Okay, so we have to calculate sigma upon y is equal to m upon I is equal to E by R. We have to calculate the maximum bending stress, then m upon I, we have to use this one, this relation. Okay, because in certain cases R is not given, radius of curvature of the neutral layer is not given. So basically we have to use the first and the second term, okay. Then sigma maximum we have to calculate, sigma is equal to m upon I into y. Okay, so if we have to calculate maximum bending stress, then maximum bending stress we will calculate corresponding to maximum bending moment. Okay, and this maximum bending moment we will calculate from the bending moment diagram. For bending moment diagram, first we have to calculate the reactions. Okay, then reaction corresponding to middle point, we will have W by 2 and W by 2. This one we have already done, this will be W by 2 and this will be W by 2. Corresponding to this one we can draw the shear force and bending moment diagram. We don't require the shear force diagram, but we can also draw that one. The shear force diagram will be equal to, will be like that. Here we will go upward W by 2, then up to midpoint this will remain W by 2, then we will go downward, then connect to this one. This is positive, negative, this is W by 2 and this is W by 2 in the negative direction. Corresponding to this one we will have the maximum bending, we can calculate the maximum bending moment, and the maximum bending moment is corresponding to zero shear force location. Okay, the location of shear force, zero shear force is L by 2 from, let's say, point A. Okay, so now we are calculating the bending moment. Bending moment at section X will be equal to W by 2 into X, and X is given by L by 2, so W L by 4. So this is varying like that. Here we will have this one. So we have to remember that in case of simply supported beam subjected to point load, the location, the value of maximum bending moment is WL by 4. Okay, so this WL by 4 we are going to use here in this equation. Okay, so sigma maximum will be equal to, this m is WL by 4, I by y, I is corresponding to this one, 1 upon 12 B D cube, and divided by y means section modulus divided by y maximum is D by 2. So corresponding to this one we can calculate the maximum bending, stress. Okay, let's say they have asked, this will be the neutral axis, this will be the neutral fiber, and here we are having the neutral axis. They can ask to calculate the bending, stress at this location. Let's say this location is given by y dash. Okay, they are asking to calculate the bending stress at this fiber. Okay, location of fiber is given. Here the location of fiber is not given because we are calculating the maximum value, and the maximum value will be equal to y max, and this y maximum is equal to D by 2. This D by 2 y we have taken. Now if they are giving to calculate the maximum, they are giving to calculate the bending stress corresponding to y dash, so we can calculate sigma maximum. We have to just replace this y with y dash, WL by 4 divided by 1 upon 12, this will remain same, divided by y dash. By using this y dash we can calculate the bending stress at any location. Okay, now one question is given, one question is given. The question is like that: we are having a simply supported beam. We are having a simply supported beam. We are having a simply supported beam of 4 meter long. Okay, we are having a simply supported beam of 4 meter long. Okay, we are having a simply supported beam. Now in this part we have to show beam with a wider section. Okay, this is the simply supported beam, means we will have two vertical reactions, okay, of 4 meter long. 4 meter long is subjected to, okay, cross sectional dimension is given, cross sectional dimensions are given. Cross section dimensions are this is 200 mm, 200 mm. This one is given 300 mm. This is given 300 mm, and this beam is subjected to uniformly distributed load. Okay, uniformly distributed load, and the load is given 200 kilo Newton per meter. Okay, determine bending stress at a point. Okay, the location of this is the neutral axis, okay, neutral fiber, and here in the cross sectional view this is the neutral axis. Location of that point is given. Okay, and the location of that point is location of that point is 60 mm. Okay, means we can say this from the neutral fiber it is 90 mm, means we have to calculate the location. We have to calculate bending stress at a point. Okay, at a point which is 60 mm, which is 90 mm above the neutral fiber, and 1.2 mm 1.2 meter from the left support. Okay, from the left support location is given. Location of that point is given 1.2 meter. Now this one is the question. We have to calculate the bending stress at this point. Okay, so what the given quantities are: we have a beam, simply supported beam of length 4 meter, cross sectional dimensions are given, subjected to a uniformly distributed load, loading is given. Now we have to calculate the bending stress at a point whose location is given. The location is given by, means coordinates are given. Location is given by 90 mm above the neutral axis, okay, neutral fiber, and 1.2 meter from the left support. Okay, so first thing we have to calculate the support reaction. Okay, the support reaction we can calculate uniformly distributed load. Okay, variation is up to 4 meter, means half load will come here, half load will come here. So let's say this one is A, then RA will be equal to this one 200 into 4 means 800 half 400 kilonewton will come here, and RB, let's say this one is the point B, RB is 400 kilonewton. First thing, reaction we have calculated. Now we have to calculate moment of inertia. We can calculate moment of inertia. I will be equal to, about neutral axis will be equal to 1 upon 12 BD cube, where B is given 200 and D is given 300 cube. So the value will be equal to 450 into 10 to the power 6 mm to the power 4. Okay, now one thing is also important. Now moment of inertia about this layer, we are calculating moment of inertia about this layer, so we will use 1 upon 12 BD cube. Okay, so B will always be the dimension which is parallel to this axis. Okay, whatever we are taking axis. Now first quantity will be the dimension parallel to this axis. Parallel to this axis is B, perpendicular is D cube. So just remember this point. With the help of that one we can easily calculate the moment of inertia. So the parallel dimension INA corresponding to parallel dimension is 200 mm. So first part is 200 and second part is 300. So we have calculated the value. Now we have to calculate the bending moment at this location. Now we can directly calculate the bending moment without drawing the bending moment diagram. Bending moment at certain location x will be equal to, now reaction Ra into x minus W into x, W into x, let's say this is the location, W into x multiplied by the the multiplied by the perpendicular distance, and that perpendicular distance will be x by 2. Now we have solved the shear force and bending moment problems. Okay, that Ra will be equal to 400 into x. Now x location is means 1.2 meter. 1.2 meter. We are calculating bending moment at 1.2 meter. Why we are calculating? Because we have to use the bending equation, and in bending equation we have to put the value of bending moment. So this value will be equal to 1.2 minus W. W is given 200 into 1.2 square divided by 2. It means the value is coming 336 kilonewton into meter, because moment force into perpendicular distance. Now we can calculate sigma upon y is equal to m upon I. The sigma will be equal to m. M we are having 336 kilonewton kilonewton meter. Okay, this is kilonewton meter. Okay, now we can convert this one into Newton mm. Okay, because in the downward direction we will have I is in mm, then y is also in mm. So we can convert this one in kilonewton, means 10 to the power 6 means Newton mm. Newton mm divided by I is 450 into 10 to the power 6. This one is also mm square, mm to the power 4, sorry, mm to the power 4 multiplied by y. Y will be the location of this fiber from the neutral layer, and this neutral layer location is given 90 mm. So this will be 90 mm. So we will have mm square, here we will have mm to the power 4 means Newton per mm square. Finally we will have 67.2 Newton per mm square, and this Newton per mm square we can write 62.7 megapascal. Okay, Pascal means Newton per meter square. Okay, Pascal means Newton per meter square. So megapascal will be equal to 10 to the power 6 Newton per meter square or Newton per mm square. So the value of bending stress, this one is the sigma b, this one is the sigma b. Sigma b we are having, now we are having the value of sigma b, and sigma b is 67.2 megapascal. Okay, so by using this concept we can calculate the moment of, we can calculate the bending stress at any location. So first thing and the important part is you have to know how to calculate the moment of inertia, then how to calculate the bending moment at certain location. Okay, so this is it for today. Now revise the concepts of calculating the moment of inertia of any given section, any symmetrical section, any unsymmetrical section. Okay, so this is it for today. Thank you.